Hi, beautiful souls. Emily from Violet Raised Jane. So I received a download about 2 days ago. I haven't been able to film until now. So it's so incredible the time that we're in right now. We're definitely receiving third eye activations. We're definitely receiving light codes that are coming from the cosmos, okay? You can't see them, but you can feel them. And they come through like rushes of energy. And just a lot of us are getting downloads, okay? So a lot of us are getting these spontaneous visions and just seeing pathways that we couldn't see before. So it feels like our whole, like if this is my cranial, that it's just expanding so massively. I'm getting that our soul stars, so where your soul is connected. I had an experience maybe a month ago that, as a starseed, we have had, millions of lives on this planet specifically, but many other planets as well. And so it didn't feel like home for me since I was little, never did. And I received this transmission that basically so our umbilical cord, we're connected to the center of the earth, and I encourage all of you to reconnect every morning as much as you can, keep that connected. So I thought, I wasn't grounded, I wasn't connected to home. And what I saw was there's actually another cord that goes all the way up to our home planet. And that my cord had been cut and it was darkened and there was interference so that I couldn't feel like I was connected, like I was disconnected on purpose. And I didn't feel like I was home. And so I heard, my love, it's not like you were never connected to home. You weren't connected to that home. It's not that you're not grounded and working on grounding in your body and connecting with the earth. You weren't grounded to that home. So this cord needs to be rooted home. This cord needs to be rooted to the center of the earth, to this home. Then we are these divine vessels. We are the portals of light. So when I saw that image, I then saw a few days later, because then I was aware of it, then I was present, and then I keep going back to it to make sure. And I had interference come out of nowhere again a few days later, and I saw it. And they, as I refer to they, let's say the opposing side to our light being in full expression, and love, the side that doesn't represent love, let's say, wants to create interference. And so I was super attacked and it was like cut again. And so I had to work really hard energetically, using some helpers as well to get that reconnected. So that was just a side note I wanted to mention as well. For any of you that are feeling disconnected and ungrounded, that there's another piece to it. There's another home to get grounded to. And so if you need help with that, please reach out and we can connect about that, about your star lineage, about where you come from, and talk about that to get that sense of home, being a starseed. So the information that I received a couple days ago, which was after connecting with some beautiful souls out here in the desert, and I had done some work on my own third eye. Even though it's open, there's always things being cluttered, and there's implants, there's interference, and there's programs that can clog it. Like just like brushing our teeth every day. We can't brush our teeth once a week and expect them to be clean. There has to be regular maintenance of all our energy chakras, our meridians, our systems, our astral body, our emotional body, our physical body. It's constant maintenance. And so I had done some work on my third eye, and then all of a sudden this information came. And what I saw is time is speeding up so quickly, and I know you all feel it. It's like we can't get enough done in a day. The time is going so quickly. Another piece of that is really being present and embodied with each moment. That will slow it down, but at the same time, as a collective, it feels like the planet is like, has sped up like a comet, like going so, the light speed, the warp speed that it's going is just like when you see it in the show Star Trek, where all of a sudden the ship takes off. And that's what feels like Earth is doing. We are taking off really quickly in this ascension process, which, just to touch on that briefly as well, ascension isn't about coming out of our bodies and ascending to this bliss up here. It's actually becoming more embodied and rooted in this human form. Ascension is having the chakras all connected up and up. So there's tons of chakras in the higher realms as well. So I can see up to my 15th dimensional chakra. So that's ascension, is when we actually open all of those in a clear line channel. You come online. That's what ascension is. You're not just stuck in the human first three chakras of survival, sex, eating, and emotions, right? We open the heart chakra. We open our fourth harmonic portal to everything. And once this one is open, then we can continue to open the rest. And I'm continuously covered in chills while I'm speaking. So as time is moving really, really fast, and if you've heard, timelines, we're living different timelines. How do we choose the timeline of the planet? And how do we choose our individual timelines? So we have mastery and power over that. And that is when we are conscious and present and doing our inner work and holding the vision. And that vision comes from here, not here. So getting into the heart space. So you've heard of timelines, and there's different timelines playing out. If you've also heard through other channelers and psychics, the Pleiades star system is here. And the Pleiadians are helping us gravely, and they are in the future. So a lot of us, we are from the future back in the past now, but it's already happened. It's already happened. The past has already happened. Time is not linear. There is no time. Only on this earthly planet have we constructed actual clocks with time, when a second or minute here, out there, is completely different. So it's not linear. It's all happening at the same time. So the channelers have already seen this earth not dying, not being the end of the world, and that we recover. The light wins. And the timelines right now towards that epiphany of overriding duality of the light and the dark, where we shine a light on everything that exists. Okay, we bring this planet back to life that way. We're no longer fighting against each other, fighting against ourselves, fighting against the planet. We become one as we already are. Our bodies are conscious cells of conscious bacteria. We are a floating mass of conscious bacteria. The minerals of our body are the same minerals that are composed of this earth. We are the earth. We are the stars, the minerals of the stars. We are, if you've seen those memes, like stars in meat-covered vessels, like stardust. So with all of this going on and all this information and the timelines of leading towards building the new earth and the decisions and the conscious moments that we are present for each day, what I received is the multiple timelines. We now are given the ability to be outliners. Now, this word came specifically outliners. So outside the timeline, we're around that line, outside the line. So you remember when you were in school and you had to color inside the lines in your coloring book. Well, we came to do something different. We're going to color outside the lines. That's what we're doing right now. We're going to color outside the lines. So rather than create a timeline, we're going to outline a new timeline, outline the new story of this world. We're going to outline it, like outline the tattoo before coloring it in. However, it's different this time. So we are able to create timelines outside what is available in the timeline slots, okay? So we're going outside of that. And right now I'll show you. So I am in the desert. So see how I make that line. Now, what I'm seeing as an outliner, we are going to make a new timeline, right? We're going to make a new timeline. But what I see happening is, as we make it, it's going to be erased. It's going to be erased behind us each step we make. We're actually going to be able to change the past. We're going to be able to change the past. And I know you don't think that's possible. As we create outlines as outliners, that has multiple meanings. What has happened, we will undo, and that will be erased behind us. Also, those non-loving entity forms that are trying to stop this, because we are in a war right now, right? It is light against dark. And so it's almost like that we will not be able to be traced or stopped, because it'll be erased behind us without a trace. So we'll just keep going. So if you've seen in Buddhist community, how they do the sand art, very intricate mandala, formations as a meditation. And as soon as they're done, they wipe it clean. And that's detachment from the outcome, from what is. So we are going to be writing outlines in the sand, and we're detaching from what was, but we're also detaching from the destruction of the past, because we're going to be creating new. We don't need that of the past. We are walking beings that incorporate all past, present, future. We are the all that is. So we have the ability now to create opportunities, visions, outcomes outside the scope of what has even been written, has even been prophesized. This is fucking huge. I hope this is making sense. I'm trying to describe it as best I can in human language for the mind to understand what is possible for all of you. So it's stepping out of what was, what is, and literally blank slate, allowing your higher, your oversoul, when you connect to home there, allowing your higher self, your helpers, the beings that are all within you and around you, of light and love, of the essence of creation, of the mother's womb of creation, and running with it. And this is only when we get rid of the fear of the mind. But right now, you have the ability to do this, every single one of you. It's incredible. Starseeds, you have extra abilities that we need right now to show up, to help this, to help move this forward in building the new earth. So even say 30 years ago, people that were awake, that started conscious communities, and the healers and the psychics and the shamans, all the names and the labels of the ones that were outside of societal, consciousness. The new earth that they have seen all along is actually also changing and expanding even bigger than what they had originally envisioned, because we're getting that much closer. And I can't tell you how I'm continuously covered in chills as I'm speaking. As time is speeding up, as I mentioned, with these outlines, we're going to keep walking and not looking back. We're going to walk and create the vision step by step, almost in sheets of paper, okay? Like in reading a book. You don't know what's on the next page until you flip it. But you're going to read this page, right? You're not going to skip along. And what if I told you also, when we open that book, if you did flip it over, it would be blank. Why? Because you're writing the story. So the other huge, huge component to this is, because time is speeding up so quickly, we are now, this was huge, given the ability to create time slots. Create more time. So we can't stop this like cosmic comet of Earth that is totally like light speeding ahead, huge galactic years, whatever you want to call it, okay? So as it's speeding up, when we sit and we're in creation, in meditation, when we're in this space, we can actually gather more time and put them in pockets aside and then use them when needed. We can. So this is when you sit in the heart space of meditation. And when you're in that flow, and then you're in that intuitive state, that conscious flow, right? And whatever your soul expression is of your day-to-day activities, you know the difference when you're doing something involved with the soul or involved with the mind. So when I'm, say, dancing, or when I'm painting, or when I'm in that meditative silent state, that is allotting, creating more time. So we can create more time for the collective. The opposing forces are stealing our time. Do you know this? They're stealing our time by putting you in fear, and that puts you not in the timelines or being able to outline. The fear and what the programs and the frequencies and the shit that they're doing, that's stealing all of your time. Our time, the collective's time. They're rushing it up. So the earth dies faster. So we all become AI faster. So that we keep hating each other more. And perpetuating that division, when really we're here to unite. And how we unite is by uniting within. Shadow work, common term, okay? In this New Age, in this awakening, spiritual, energetic community. Basically, go inward. Look at the pain. Feel the sadness. Release it and call those fragments of yourself back that were taken, as well as all the time that has been taken from you. Because when you're in programs, so since we were little in school, we got put in these programs, so we're always living in the mind. We're never actually fucking here. That's all stolen. That's all gone. We lost years of our life not being present, not being conscious, not being embodied. All that time's been stolen. So I want you to get angry. I want you to grieve that. Once you do and realize what has transpired, guess what? You have the ability to get that time, not that time back, but create new, more portals of time. When we need it most, right now. Now is the time. We are in a space where the light is trying to be shadow banned, like on all fronts, okay? So as they're continuously changing the laws, the governments of all the countries, many countries are in unrest beyond anything that we've ever seen. This is not like the end of the world, like Noah's Ark and other things, and when the dinosaurs were taken out, like all the different situations that have taken place, the experiments that have taken place on this planet. Dinosaurs were an experiment. We are an experiment. We were an experiment until we realized that. And that's the awakening. Realizing who you are, remembering what you came here to do, and taking part in the creation of this planet rather than it being stolen as slaves and just here eating, sleeping, working, repeat. The abilities you have now been given have never been available until now. Wild, mind-blowing. When I felt this, when I saw it, that we could develop these pockets of time purely by being present in this state of creation. Because time is speeding up, they're speeding up time, so that the ones that are taking the thing that are regretting it, or that still are under the illusion that it's helpful, because of the programming and manipulation, which is not their fault, but as more destruction and horrific things happen, they will wake up. So they're trying to speed this up before they can wake up, before the rest can wake up, so that our armies are bigger to fight this. The children coming in are out of this world. You will see a lot of pregnant women and young mothers in, you would think, the worst time in history. Why are all these babies like in this kind of world? You think it wouldn't make sense. Why would you have to start your family now? Or why are people still having all these babies? No, all these babies are coming with abilities that can save this world, with a frequency, holding a frequency that alone can save this world. You all know that when there's a baby or a child around, everyone's so much more happier and loving and joyful, and oh my God, so much love. That's why. Because they bring love. Because they are closest to source. Just coming through the mother, there's still source, consciousness. And then it gets like beaten out of us until we can remember this, that we are source. a lot of light workers are being attacked really badly right now. When I say attacked, I mean psychic attacks, but they're coming in physical form. Like right now, I have a cracked rib and it's really painful, and my spine went out. Digestion went wonky, and the pain is, running my day. It's draining my energy. And quite a few other people are dealing with illness. I also had like a swollen face out of nowhere. The whole left side of my face swelled up. My glands got swollen. It was like, what is going on? And so those are the kind of like attacks, but it's coming as a purge. So there's two sides to it. We are being attacked. A lot of healers are getting kind of hurt, taken out. I mean, even hit by cars, like huge injuries, huge physical injuries, ones that are so, life-changing right now, debilitating. And that has, so the two sides to it is that we're trying to kind of be taken out of our power. But also, in a purge sense, we are transmuting this pain. We are transmuting shit. So as we are kind of crashing into each other and having these things happen, as well as mental, emotional stuff coming up very intensely, like a lot of stuff is coming up to be healed. So we have like going to be taken out, psychic attack, physical attack, like whatever you want to call it, the Lizzies, the Dracos, the dark entities, like it's happening in the astrals when you're sleeping, in physical form through other people, always. But then on this side of it, this is our opportunity to look at this, sit with ourselves while in this pain, while in this healing. The lessons will come through that, and our power will too. So all of it is a blessing. No matter how rough you're feeling, how much pain you're in, and how much your life is collapsing financially, within your relationships, your career, just your world. We're going through these like walls that we're having to continuously break through. It's like as soon as we smash through a door or a wall, there's another one, and we have to smash through it. There's another, and we have to smash through it. And it's like very tiring. And it's like, it can burn you out. It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. So the other big message is that I'm getting is to feed your body, feed your mind, feed your soul, nourishing, loving things on a daily basis, and continue to choose yourself. Recently, I've had so many lessons, even in the last week, that, as an advocate of self-love, as one that practices this, I too saw old behaviors of codependency, of putting myself in the back burner again. And I was reminded, choose yourself over and over again. Like I keep hearing like, Emily, what are you doing again? This is old behavior. These are old patterns. This obviously has not fully been cleared. And it's saying no. It's checking in with yourself and relieving any guilt or shame that comes with decisions when it affects other people. If it's in your best interest, it's the right decision. And this has nothing to do with being selfish. I'm talking like if you're too tired to go out, but you made plans. If you're financially strapped and you committed to something also, or you have to like speak up and say, I don't have the money right now, but I will in future, or cancel those plans. Nothing matters more than your well-being and your inner connection. So a lot of star seeds too. So it's on the left side, like it's my left neck, my left rib is popped out, and my hip. And that's where the seals have been placed, right? And that disconnects the divine feminine and masculine, which is what we're needing to unite. That's the inner union. And when we do the inner union, it creates outer union with all of us. So each one that continues to step into that inner union and practice and call it back and call it in and collaborate within the self, then there's more of us to collaborate together with, of others that have done the same, or activate each other to step into that space and energy. So going back to the original message of outlining a new world, and to make clarification around the different dimensions and energies and stuff that's happening, the new Earth starts here. And the new Earth then must be brought to to physicality. So it's like this utopian world isn't just gonna snap and you're gonna just all of a sudden like glitch and see different things. That is happening too. Like you can look and things will glitch and things will happen and like, you know, it's like something will go missing, like it just disappears. And then you find it somewhere else and it's like damn impossible, but it's not. But those things will happen, but really in all the dimensional states that we can move through, in this physical reality, we have to bring it to real life. We have to bring it to life by not just making it up out of thin air. We have to do the work. And it starts with here. Integrating it in the moment. Spending more time in a meditative state. And not worrying about all of these things out here that are trying to steal our time. To bring that to present awareness, to say no to stealing our time. Our time has been stolen for so long. This is our time that we're going to own now. So all of you who are on the awakening process, wherever you're at, and, you know, speaking about this earlier, I am sending so much love to all of you who are struggling with this. Like if you're in an ambivalent state, there's so many in ambivalence where they're afraid to look crazy. They can't actually fathom what is happening in the world. And they're terrified and they feel forced to do things that maybe their soul doesn't want to. Or if they are believing in this, then you probably won't be watching my video. But if you're in the ambivalent state of unsure or doing something against your will, forgiveness to yourself has already been granted. You just have to accept it and shift your reality into a new state of acceptance and gratitude for the lessons at hand on your soul's journey. And I'm just sending so much love and healing to all of you and telling you the beautiful, beautiful things that we can create, because you're going to see a lot of stuff go on. I cry a lot. This is what transmuting is. But as soon as I connect to the collective energy of the side that is really not doing well in all the countries that are battling like for their freedom, for everyday life, of the most normal things, my heart goes out to you, warriors. We're going to see a lot more of that and hear a lot more things that are going to be very heartbreaking. But it's that heartbreak, it's that very heartbreak that is going to wake up the rest of the world. They'll finally realize what has been happening all along. And the grief and loss is going to be monumental. But know that we can recover time. We can not recover what has been lost, but we can recover the parts of ourselves that had been taken and lost. We can recover those and then create more. We are not limited. We are not restricted as the government and the laws and all this shit is saying. Everything is possible when you come from love. All that this world needs is within all of us on the planet right now. If you're here, you've got some of it. You've got a part that we need. Know that. If you're here right now, you're on this army and you have something only you have, unique to this world, that is part of the ingredients to this creation. That we are going to build something together that is going to mend all of our broken hearts. Because it's love that will unite us all. This is the resurrection of Christ. When they say that Christ is going to be on the planet again or be reborn, really what that is the union of the divine masculine and feminine. We have been in a patriarchal run world, disconnected from the mother for so long. The mother earth, the mother star, and the feminine mother. So now we're bringing in this feminine energy of the mother to unite with the father, also known as, the resurrection of Christ. That's all that I feel called to share. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. And if you want more expansive detail about how you individually can create your own outline of your individual life, as well as adding to the collective outline timelines, also feel free to reach out and to work with me. Right now, a lot of, like I said, the implants and seals, the attacks, as well as past life contracts and karmic connections that are coming up. I offer galactic shamanic energy healing sessions where we time travel together and clear these lives. So that, as well as offering guidance to you on your journey, please reach out. We are having a lot of our abilities being reawakened, and even more and more and more are being added to our repertoire of daily life to kind of face the world that is presently going on and what is to come. So if you're needing assistance also in developing some of these gifts and understanding them, please reach out. And I really encourage you to just nourish yourself and spend time doing what you love. And remembering that everything is going to be okay. Much love.